Hi, and welcome to today's episode of My Whiskey Den. Thanks for showing up, and today we're going to be reviewing Aberlour A'Bunadh. And why am I reviewing a whiskey that's not from the Midwest? Aberlour A'Bunadh is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey matured solely in Spanish Oloroso sherry butts. It's non-chill filtered and bottled at cask strength, 59.9% alcohol by volume, because I got last year's batch 62 that was bottled in 2018. So why is this on a Wisconsin and Midwest whiskey review show? Because it taught me something interesting. It taught me the love of adding water to whiskey. Now that's something I didn't normally do. That used to make me cringe a little bit. I really enjoyed cask strength stuff, and that's kind of the way they wanted it to come out. Or if it was at a lesser percentage, I figured, maybe 49, 58, whatever you picked, they thought this was the sweet spot. And I had done it before. I had to add a couple drops of water, and it just changed a little bit, but I never really found profound and unique change to the whiskey that happened until I had Aberlour A'Bunadh, which we're pouring a little bit of right now. Oh, it's so rich with dark fruits and like a raisin and like a plum a little bit, like a over-ripened plum, and hints of coffee. Very rich, no aggressive notes, not on the nose. It's so nice and pleasant, and I almost think of it as like a dessert drink a little bit, because it has all these really nice rich ending notes that you can play off of with a dessert. That is very pleasant. Ooh. It lingers quite a bit, which is nice. It has really nice hold on it. You can feel the richness kind of going over your tongue and holding on. As it's fading away, you're getting a little more of the like a little light bitter chocolate, and then it fades and just rounds back out. Sorry, I was kind of a little overwhelmed. I focused on just the end there. Yeah, and in your mouth, there's another little light kind of berry note that you get. Almost like a strawberry wine, like a really light, high part of it. And I'll swallow in there. It's really a magnificent whiskey. Now, what you have to remember is that I brought it on here because I liked it when I added water to it, which we're going to do right now. Why don't you come down here? Alright, now that we're over here. Oh yeah, I need something to show you this. I don't have a glass straw. I don't have metal straw. Gavin has a green straw of magic waterproofing, so we're going to use that because that's what's here. So one other thing here. The green straw of magic waterproofing has a little line on it, and that's so that whenever you're dipping into the water, no matter how high the level of it is over here, you can get the same amount. You're going to want to get the same amount each time and have at least a little bit of science to this. That'll make it a lot more fun in the future, especially if you want to show someone what you found at a certain level. So I already have an ounce of the Aberlour poured into this glass. And what you do is stick your straw in here, put your finger on top to create a watertight seal, and then pull it up, and then let go, and it'll drop out. Now, get in at the same level, take one drop, bring it over here, let it go. So, I know I'm about 4 of a drop that size. That one might have been a little bit bigger. That was my fault. It happens. That's why you need a line. Alright. Now, I'll leave that in there. Give her a little swirl. And usually what will happen is this will bring down the proof and round some edges. Now I've had this spike some things. But, oh yeah, come back up here. Okay, so now we have the original one that I poured earlier, and we have this other one over here that has a few drops of water. Now, are you going to expect this massive difference? Maybe down in a few drops. Now maybe you might need to add 8 to find your kind of special zone for where you like it. But this, the notes are nowhere near as rich or enduring on the nose almost like getting a caramely note now out of here. It's real faint, but you do get a lot of the same notes out of it. It's just these are a lot lighter and less profound and rich. But there it is. If you have friends that find the cast strength a little bit too harsh and aggressive, add some water to it. You have plenty of room to bring it down. There's a lot of people that will push their whiskeys all the way down to 40%. Now if you find something like this that you like down at a lower percentage, imagine how much more you're going to be able to drink just by adding the amount of water you need. Yeah, a lot of the notes are all still there, but it's just a little bit tamer, but the alcohol burn really faded away comparatively. And this is much more approachable for the average person starting out. And I think it's a great experiment, because what it let me believe is that I had a little bit more power over this entire experience I was going on. So it was neat to see how I could change things and imagine how people were already in the distillery going, we put it down here, up and down the scale of stuff to find out what they liked, and maybe there was no overwhelming winner. Maybe there really wasn't. It was like, okay, just let the people decide. That rarely ever happens, but it's really nice when it does, especially when someone comes out with something as tasteful, complex, and depth of that really kind of rich notes as Aberlour A'Bunadh was for me. Join us next week when we jump into Yahara Bay's whiskey, our first real Wisconsin whiskey review. Then we'll try some other states from the Midwest. It's so good. Now remember, from my den to yours, it's not the size of the den that matters, it's the love of whiskey.